We'll have a quick look at the menu now, I think. And there it is again. And Fergus is going to be coming in to talk us about Friday the 13th. We've got the Truth in the News. That's a news feature film thing we'll be showing you. We'll be talking about healing. We have fashions from the 1970s. Pat O'Mahony and Mr. Pussy will be in. And we'll also be showing you a little film in that section called Beastly Behaviour. We have some old sections from the live mic programmes, if you can remember those, if you can remember back that far. And we have Fenton McCoot coming in to give us a bit of a poem. I also got Dorothea Kowalczyk. That's close enough anyway, and she'll be talking to me about why it's a bad idea that I should enter for the Miss Poland competition. Anyway, we're going to take a break now, but before we do that, there was a very exciting media event here in RTE during the week, which you may have heard about. It was, of course, the launch of the Jerry Ryan Tonight Show, and of course, RTE has been in a frenzy for the last month, just building up to this tremendous event. Now, as you may have seen, there was some interesting sort of paper coverage of it during the week. I think we have a clip to show you of something. There it is. That's something from the Irish Times, and as you can see down the bottom there, it says that the Jerry Ryan Tonight Show is a deconstructed talk show. Well, that kind of puzzled us a bit, viewers. We didn't really know what that meant, so we had to go out and find out. And when we found out, we thought we'd better tell you about it. And don't you know, viewers, you know what I'm going to say. You can deconstruct your own talk show at home. All you need is a set of letters. There they are, and they say the Jerry Ryan Tonight Show. And what you do when you've got the set of letters, you just kind of sweep them off there, and you put them down. And, oh, down they go there, yes, all over the table. And then you just start sticking them back at random. Now, I'm going to do that. You can go and watch some ads, and we'll see what I come up with after the break. See you in a few minutes.
How do you turn a delicious McVitie's digestive into a delicious chocolate home meat?
You have to go a long, long way to find a better biscuit.
I don't know how she does it. Up all night, whizzing about.
Well, she's got Energizer batteries.
No.
Yeah, cassette player told me. Energizer lasts a lot longer than your ordinary batteries.
Do you think we'll get Energizer then?
Well, the kids won't grumble if we last longer.
I can see it now. The Monte Carlo Rally.
Here, keep your wheels on, Speedy. We'll need Energizer first.
Energizer. Longer lasting batteries.
Obscure left-of-field indie type thing. The point is, it's still got to have a bit of a dance feel to it. Frankly, would make the movie into a bad one in some ways. And if I was to explain the plot to you, I mean, I'd just be here all night. There's actually three, and it was quite pathetic, really, because I was able to jump up and down in a duffel coat, going completely and absolutely. Okay, one bit of the thing wouldn't have been tied in together, but most of it would have. You know, it would have been. What? Oh yeah, okay. Hold on a second. Ursula, it's your mother on the phone.
Talk longer for less. Right now, it's just 12p for 10 minutes to call anywhere in Ireland. So call now.
I designed feminine hygiene products for Kotex. Design a towel that fits better, they said. After all, the better it fits, the better it protects. It was a real challenge. Then I thought, why not curved? Soft and gently gathered to protect better because it fits better. The new curved towel from Kotex.
The 16-valve 1-litre engine makes the Nissan Micra the most technologically advanced car in its class.
It gets you in and out of tight spots.
It's got great suspension! It's nippy!
In the city, I don't like it.
Great road holding. Artistically speaking, it's exquisitely innovative. And the split rear seat means even more room.
Love the colour. Red's my favourite.
It's all in a Nissan Micra.
Throat has been attacked by a band of rebel frogs. Powerful battalions of hacks crushed the rebels and restored free speech to all. Take a hacks and kiss your frogs goodbye.
Now, we'd like to offer some advice, because every cuppa's got a choice.
Oh, make a break especially nice. Choose snack.
Not one, not twice, but thrice. Snack wafer is crispy and light.
Snack sandwich, a thick chocolate bite.
Snack shortcake, they're sick to delight. But what makes snacks such super news is the delicious Cadbury's chocolate.
It makes your taste buds grow. Yours the only trick is which to choose.
decision today!
There you go, folks. That's what the result. That was done totally at random. Now you can see it is fairly amazing. There's it says he goes Hitty Ryan Town, Erg, and that's truly amazing. Of course, you can always you can change it if you want to. You can just change the letters around and you know, you can change to any sort of result that you want. Please write in and tell us what you got. Anyway, that's that. And now for the world of high fashion and beauty pageants. I have tonight with me Dorotea Kowalczyk, and she should be Miss Poland, but she isn't, and she should also have a car, but it got stolen. Dorota, you're very welcome to the program tonight, and I'll speak slowly so you can understand me, because most people can't understand me anyway. So, have you ever seen the Jerry Ryan Tonight Show?
Yeah, before, yes. One, maybe twice.
And what did you think?
You speak really fast.
Yeah,
it's not for me.
Okay, what did you think of the Jerry Ryan Tonight Show?
It's great. It's great.
It's great?
Yeah.
What's TV in Poland like?
It's different. It's really different. We haven't a program like this. It's a long show with. We haven't. I like show with people. It's a live show, when people can ask it this second people, you know. But in Poland we haven't this. It's a bit bad, I think. It just, you know, it's a bit interview with politic. So it's the show.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Anyway, you were entered into the Miss Poland competition, and things went a bit wrong.
Yeah, I don't say wrong, but different, really different. You know, I was Miss My Region, and it's a competition to Miss Poland, and I was in this Miss Poland, but, you know, week before we knew it will be first, will be second, and, you know, everything.
When you went into the Miss Poland competition, did you get a place, or did you come third or second, or?
No, nothing. Just was 26 girls, and then was special 5 girls. Was everything.
Yeah.
Always was 10 girls, and later was 5, and this year was different, and nobody knew it why.
And were you happy with the result of the whole thing?
I was really disappointed, so I think I wasn't happy, really happy.
Do you think that it's a bit corrupt, perhaps?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
In what way?
You know, don't should be like this. Really don't should be like this. Somebody should be change this. Every year it's the same, you know. Girl before me, she was Miss My Region, and she told me, listen, it's really don't look at like you see in telly. It's really don't look at like this. Leave it this. Give this alone. I said, no, I can try. Okay, if you want, but be relaxed. He told me like this. So, first day I was relaxed. Later I started being nervous, and finish I was really angry.
Yeah. There was somebody told me that you won a car.
Yeah. It's a really long story, and you know, if girls want to be a model in Poland, exactly big model, she needs somebody who helps her. So when I was Miss My Region, these people gave me a car, Fiat Tipo, and I was a car, and this guy called to me and tell me, listen, I want to be your protector. You look great, you're a beautiful woman, and I want you to be your protector. I want you to be a big model, not just in country, just in big world. Yeah. I say, okay, why not? And first day was nice because, you know, he gives me money by this, and later he tell me, listen, can I borrow your car? You know, I must meet these people, but, you know, I can't walk in. I say, okay, no problem. So take this car, and months later I don't see him, and I try find out him. Where is this guy? And nobody know it. And later, maybe 3 months ago, he called to me. Listen, I saw your car. Where's my money? Listen, I really need this money. I was like, oh shit. So, you know, but this guy said, if you want, I can try, you know, help people. Yeah. What you want now? Your body. I say, forget. So.
Lovely. Yeah. So did you get the car back?
No.
You never saw it again?
No, I never saw this car, and you know, I tried talking with these people who make this final, and these people say, so it's many problems because the sponsors say, no, I can't give this car, it's too much money, you know. I think this guy was with, you know, friend these people. I don't know, I don't know what happened exactly.
But he's driving around Poland now in Fiat Tipo.
That's my money.
Why. Okay, we have to leave it there. Dorota, thanks very much for coming in.
Thanks.
That was very interesting. So there you go. Anyway. Now it's time for a return visit from our astrological friend Fergus, and those of you who weren't attending a beauty pageant in Poland last week will know that yesterday was Friday the 13th. So Fergus has come along to tell us whether it's friend or foe. Here's Fergie.
Well, It's just brilliant to be back here at the end. I'm just recovering from Friday the 13th because I had a great party. You see, it's only people in the West who believe that it's unlucky. Now, all over the Orient, people think it's the most brilliantly lucky day of the whole year. In fact, in Japan, this is the day when people love to get married, or they gamble and they make investments, because it's just a brilliant day for them. Now, it only happens twice a year, and the next one isn't until October, Friday the 13th. But now in the West, where we're all worrying about it, I know people who stay in bed because they're so scared. This is because of an old superstition. Now, the Americans, I think, got this ball rolling because they're all afraid of their life at Friday the 13th, and even the number 13 scares them. You see, they won't stay on the 13th floor of a building, so they call that 12A. This goes back to the 1930s at the Wall Street crash, when hundreds of very wealthy people threw themselves off the 13th floor. All these ex-millionaires, they'd rather go splat than go broke. Whereas now, we would just like kill the accountant and then we'd be all right. But the other thing about the 13 that affects us all over here is people still won't have 13 guests at a table. I think this goes back to the where 13 people at the Last Supper. Now, there was also 13 people in a coven. That's 12 witches and the devil himself. So 13 seems to be a scary number. And a lot of people won't live in a house that says 13 on it because of all its connotations that it will bring in all kinds of bad luck. Now, it's very foolish to be superstitious because for a start, the lucky part of your life happens when you work. See, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And it's all just superstitious nonsense. Now, I got a letter the other day from a woman who saw the astrology column and she wanted to know. Her name was Pauline McCabe and she lives in Santry. And she said that she'd been reading where some people could tell a lover by the size of their feet. And was there any truth in this? And had it anything at all to do with their star sign or the size of their feet or the way they dress? Well now, Pauline, that's absolutely, there's a grain of truth. It's nothing to do with the size of his boots. It is to do though with his clothes, as particularly his underwear. Now, when you've maneuvered him into the bedroom, straight away you can tell if this is a guy sitting on the side of the bed in a string vest, he's picking his nose and he's fiddling with his feet. This is not Casanova. Now, just forget about him. Now, if it turns out that he's wearing small, tight red briefs, you know, and he fancies himself, well, it's very likely that he's one of these people who was really big in the 70s. And right now he has a wife at home and he has a mortgage and a car that's probably a company car. So dump him like a flash. The underwear is a dead giveaway. Now, if he's wearing long johns to cover the elastic stocking, you can tell straight away that a guy like this thinks foreplay is taking off his socks. So just dump him. He has no chance. Now, if he's wearing, you know, those kind of washed out, baggy Y fronts, this is somebody not of the 90s, another total waste of time. And you can be thinking now, am I ever going to hit pay dirt here? Well, of course, there's a lot further down that road. Like, if he happens to have a great body, a wonderful tan, and he's wearing a tight black G-string, this is a guy who's interested in that. So, dump him. Now, if it turns out the fella is wearing, you know, these boxer shorts, this is the one. Get them off him. And you can't go wrong.
What any of that had to do with Friday the 13th, I have no idea, actually, come to think of it, but it was a good tip about taking off your socks. I must try that later on. Anyway, there's another deconstructed Jerry Ryan show bit that says Shergar thrown in the Gotti. So there you go, that's room for thought. That's something about, that might have something to do with the Jerry Ryan show. Anyway, now it's time for one of our new breathtaking innovations here on The End. As you know, we've always been committed to bringing you the truth in the news, the real stories, what's going on, and unlike some other news organizations I could name, we've got no hidden agenda. So with that in mind, it's my pleasure to proudly present the truth in the news. All over the planet, in the most far-flung corners of the globe, there are always lots and lots of people. And people want to know things. Who, where, how, when, How big? How much? Their burning questions of the day are all there to be answered. So using our team of correspondents in all parts of the empire and the very latest in modern communications, we present to you the truth in the news. Our premiere story tonight, our man Poik Flynn flexes his muscles in Brussels. Those Johnnies in Europe have been giving our man Poik a hard time because they say our man Poik doesn't like Johnnies. And now they say he shouldn't be our European Commissioner. Poor shell. Here's our Poik as the European Committee for Loony Women's Livers lobs some tough questions at him. The committee wants to see so-called condom machines installed in every presbytery from here to Kilfenora. But our man Poik is having none of it. Yes, keep looking confident, Poik, because you know what the ladies really want. You know what's going on inside their minds. They want someone to drive them all the way to the laundrette.
Anybody is going to push out this government. It will be the housewives and the ladies of Ireland. They have been taken to the cleaners all throughout the last 4.5 years.
But there are other problems afoot. Back home in the Fianna Fáil headquarters in Mayo West, 2 canvas chairs have gone missing from the office. And they've been gone since 1932. But our man Poik is on the case.
We had another seat in West Mayo, and we lost it. Well, I'm going to tell you something. If I ever saw determination on behalf of the party machine to win that battle, I've seen it for the last few weeks. I have seen in the canvas, I've seen more dedication that this party machine of ours is as it was in 1932, all for one and one for all.
Good man, Poik. But the troubles don't end there. On the streets there are dark mutterings about Poik's clothes. Should he continue to wear his old suit or get some more with-it gear? In Fianna Fáil HQ at least, there is no doubt. They love that old suit. But our man Poik is a Democrat, so he puts it to the people. And as the votes pour in, it becomes clear that the plain people would like to see their man in something a little more groovy. Poik immediately rushes to the capital to consult with some of the country's leading fashion advisors. It's not bad, he says, but I don't think I've the legs for it. But he doesn't give up the chase there. Using some of his international contacts, our man Poik jets off to John F. Kennedy Airport to meet with America's leading fashion guru. And wouldn't you know it, just look at that jacket. As they casually stroll down the runway, the guru advises, you've got to be a bit more hip, man. Dig what I'm saying? I hear where you're coming from, says our man Poik, and without any further ado, it's a total transformation. Yes, folks, rub your eyes in disbelief, but this is the same man, our very own Poik Flynn in fashionable Saint-Tropez, as he models the very latest in happening threads. Wait until those Brussels women's livers lay their eyes on this new outfit. That'll change their tune. There we goes, into the sunset. It'll all be all right now. That's the truth in the news there, folks, and we'll be bringing you some more truth in the news in subsequent editions of The End. Anyway, tonight I have with me 2 gentlemen, and they're going to talk about healing. And first I'd like to introduce Mike O'Brien and John C. Liston Morgan to the programme. Both very welcome gentlemen to The End. Mike, if I could start with you, perhaps. You were healed. Maybe you could tell us about what happened, what your affliction was.
Well, I was sick for about 4 years, and I went to different doctors and different people, and I didn't get any better. So then I heard about John, and I went to John, and...
What was the nature of the sickness?
I had ME.
Oh, right.
It's a kind of a disease where you're constantly weak.
It's what they call the yuppie flu.
Yuppie flu, and I had pains in my legs. So I went to John anyway, and after about the 5th visit I was much better. I was back to my old self again. I've been well ever since.
And when did that happen?
That was about 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago. And over, like, you went to him 5 times, and there were sessions of an hour or something like that?
Maybe about half an hour. And after about the 5th time, I was flying it. I've been great ever since, thank God.
And not a bothering you ever since?
Not a bit.
That's great. That's fantastic. Gravity. That's the key to all this. You were telling me before.
Yes, I would. Yes. Everybody's concern is about health, and when we start, even when we meet one another, we say, "How are you?" And when people are sick, the first thing they think of is getting to bed. When you're tired, you lie down and you expect to get up better. When you're sick, you lie down, you expect to get up better. So the connection of lying down and getting up made me question, what is the connection? So I said, there's a sense of gravity pulling you down, and when people, especially with ME or any other illness, they always feel tired and being pulled down. So I said, there is a connection. And just for instance, if you take the force of gravity, it isn't in everything, we relate to everything because of gravity. Stones, sticks, people, everything has a relation because of gravity, and gravity is everywhere. It is a law all over the world. It is a law all over the universe. If it is a law, we say, who made the law? It is God's law. We're here in this country and we have our laws. Because God is everywhere, he has his law. So, if it is his way of doing things, then I say, when you go to bed you get better. What is the connection? So, if we take, for instance, that the force of gravity is a movement downwards, it is a movement. If we take away the ground and you keep on going even through space, you'll find falling through space. So, I said, there's one movement, and the opposite of sickness we say is movement. We think of living as moving around. We say if I want to live we have to move, and I have to go here, there and everywhere. If I want to enjoy myself I have to do that. If I think of dancing, if I think of mountaineering, I think of healthy people. They're all moving. But everybody at some time or another has to think of going to bed and lying down to recuperate. So there is a movement downwards, and we say the movement downwards is the one that actually makes you better. Then the other movement then is the one where we term is life, and it's going all around. We're going here, there and everywhere. So we'll use, I have 2 pencils here just to show you. This one indicates, we'll say, the force of gravity moving downwards. Then the movement that we call living, if we can call it that for a second, is to be constantly moving about and doing this and doing that, going to work and minding children and whatever. So we have 2 movements, one this way and one in every direction. So now we have formed the cross. Now the master here himself took this as the sign, and he said, follow the sign and you'll find your way. And he said, come follow me. So everything that I did then afterwards, I began to base it on the way he taught in his, through his own life. And everything I did, I compared it with what's in the gospel. So going from that then, I found that when a person is sick, they lie down, and I said, now what is it in the body that actually happens? When a person lies down, the force of gravity then begins to act on the one part of the body that can move without they actually moving their limbs, their blood. When we get upset, if you get a fright, if somebody comes to the door, for instance, if a guard comes to the door and he gives you a telegram, the first thing is you feel fright and hurt. Nobody touched you, yet you feel some hurt inside you. But if the telegram said you've just won the lotto, immediately everything is gone and nobody has touched you. Likewise, when I go near a person, you can actually feel that there is something happening through the body, and you know that something has happened just by putting your hand near them. When you look at a person that is sick, the first thing we do is we look at their head. The person's blood has been upset through fright. The first place you feel it is here, then you pull it up through your heart and then up through your head. And usually the head begins to indicate everything that has happened to you.
And can you sense these things in people? Can you feel them? Can you get sort of vibrations?
Yes, you
or
can.
something?
Yes, you can.
And how do you get to a stage where you can feel these things?
Just putting my hand near them. I don't have to touch them at all. And as each part of the body is a duplicate of the other part, like your 2 hands, one is like the other. Your 2 hands are like your 2 feet. And likewise, your hands are reflected on your head. People know from accidents that if you hurt the right hemisphere, the left side of the body is paralyzed. So there is a connection. So when you look at the head, you say, this part of your hand is duplicated here. So if that part of your hand duplicates here, so also your feet is duplicated here. likewise the pelvis. So if the body, the trunk of the body is compared to the hand or to the head, everything is mirrored in one part of the other of the body. So by putting my hand near any part of the body here, I can find where the blood has accumulated, for instance, we'll say, because the person has drawn the blood up. He has upset the system. And the system is flesh and blood. What Christ spoke about, flesh and blood, this is my body and my blood. He says, take you and eat if you want to have eternal life. Back to what we were talking about, life, living.
So just sorry to interrupt you, John, but so then if somebody like Mike comes to you and if something wrong with them, you find the part of their body where there's a kind of a traffic jam of blood, if you like, and then you kind of unblock that.
No, what I do is I actually feel where that is, and leaving that little bit of pressure there through heat from my hands, he will actually feel the imbalance with his own balance, with his own center of gravity in his ear, which makes him feel off balance. Because he is upset, he is off balance anyway. He's off colour. We have it in our own language. So by putting my hand near him, then he begins to feel where his balance is upset, and he goes with it. As soon as he goes down, and he's in the prone position now, he'll actually begin to feel a weight pulling him down, gravity. So then you allow that to work, and when he feels that working through his body, the next thing he feels is movement begins to come.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
And this is just something that, do you think anybody could do this?
Anybody can do it.
It's just a matter of
It's a matter of awareness and sensitivity, and everybody according to their own lights and judgments and so on. But your awareness and your sensitivity and your concern is what you give to the person that's near you that is sick. We are all concerned about one another, as I said. We say, how are you? So bring your concern a little bit more. Go the way he has shown it and say, what can we do? And you come near a person because he did it. And he says, do the same as I did. So doing and taking him at his word, you follow it through and you'll find it.
Okay. John C. Listen, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Mike, thanks very much for turning up tonight. And that's all for that, folks. We're going to take a commercial break now, but coming up afterwards, we're going to have some fabulous fashions. See you in a few minutes.
There is only one chocolate that feels like silk.